a lot of carriers just don't, pass the mustard, not because there's anything wrong with them necessarily from, like a fraud, you know what I mean? But it's just, do we have a risk tolerance for newer carriers? They're brand new. They've only hauled for the last, couple months. Hey, I love that there's new carriers coming into the market, but I want to see them have some, maybe some inspections and see how their equipment's graded and make sure they're able to execute before we bring them into our ecosystem. I'd say carriers with, proper equipment, right? The right type of equipment, the right type of, straps, the right training. We want to make sure carriers are experienced and they know how to handle these types of units. And we do a diverse book of business. So there's a lot of needs, right? OEM needs are vastly different than a remarketing need or a customer delivery need, right? So you need to understand your carriers and the carrier base. All that is to say, a lot of people tout we have all these carriers and all these drivers. I would say ours is very tight and controlled, and it's carriers that understand our expectations. And so vetting is tight. We want to keep all fraud and theft and any opportunity for that out, but we also want to make sure we're working with very good carriers that understand kind of how to be not cowboys, I guess is the way to put it, right? Like things are not just on your schedule. Like we have customers that have, very rigid kind of needs and there's instructions to be followed. And how do we do those guarantees is really with that. We work with great carriers and we let them know the needs and we enforce those SLAs on our side.